Welcome into another edition of Skulls and Slices. I want to say thank you to B&D Broadcasting, Village Pizza, Jamie Gardner. I want to say thank you to Reed Lovett and John Pauly Walton. But I want to also say thank you to the real bosses that are in charge, Jenna Lovett and Leanne Walton. They're the ones that are behind the scenes that they call the shots. So we're going to give them all the credit. I'm your host, Jordan Ball. So good to see you today. If you will, go ahead and click that share button. If you're watching on Facebook in the bottom right-hand corner, go ahead and click share. Let's get this broadcast out there. We've got some exciting interviews that are going to be taking place today. We have one athlete at Appleton County High School, one of our coaches at Appleton County High School, to be joining us here in just a moment, new into the area. And one thing I want to do is I always love to introduce the co-host for the show. And today, the co-host for the show that we have were actually stunt doubles for Harry and Lloyd in Dumb and Dumber. And you may know them as Chris Floyd.
I'm here.
There we go. We'll let them pick. But Chris Floyd and David Lloyd, good to have you guys with us. And look, you can fight over who was who.
I drove the moped.
You drove the moped. You rode on the back.
And I was freezing.
Now I'm a book full of questions. No. So, anyways, they have totally redeemed themselves, I think, after that. You've got here so far, so we're good. But it's good to have you guys with us. We got a great show.
Great to be back for our fourth session.
Had a couple of weeks off there for Thanksgiving. I hope you had a great Thanksgiving. Christmas right around the corner. But I want to go ahead and start this show off a little different. We normally wait before we do this, but let's go ahead and jump in if we can, all right, to the play of the week. Now, we've shown some high school football games, and we've shown winning the state championship with our Lady Pirates softball team, but let's take about 10 years off these kids, okay? Let's go all the way to 8U to Rec League. They're in the state championship in football for this week's play of the week. Gets it off to Terrence Reynolds. Terrence Reynolds takes it from Jericho Wright, like we said, all the way down the sideline. That's not just some random play in the game. That is the last touchdown score with the spike at the end, David.
With seconds left.
Yeah, with only seconds left. With only seconds left. And the cool thing about that is that made your score Appleton County 14. I think it was Dooley County 8. And that's the way it ended, which means our Appleton County Recreation Department 8U boys are state champs for 2023. So congratulations to you young men, all the coaches. And like I said, just kind of giving, we got some nicknames for the boys. So we got Jericho White Lightning Wright, is the one who hands it off at quarterback, to Terrence Pip Reynolds. He takes it down the sideline, seconds left, state champs. Congratulations to them, guys. Y'all actually got to be there to watch it live in person.
It was in the rain. It was rainy, misty. I mean, it was just an exciting game, and we were just, on the edge of our seats broadcasting this game, and it was just so exciting to see. I think it was Jericho Wright ended up with a run.
Actually, it was number 3 who made the pass. It was not Jericho.
No, it was the Merritt kid. Jericho set it up with a first down, and then the Merritt kid, number 3.
Yep. He threw the pass over.
Merritt, is that right?
That's correct.
He threw the pass and to Reynolds, and Reynolds went down the side, broke a tackle in the backfield, went on down, and somebody else had him on the sideline, and he broke loose from that, and we just all went crazy.
But I gotta reiterate what I did before that happened. We were down 8-7 in the fourth quarter, and I'm sitting there calling for the Pirate fans. All right, guys, we need some energy, we need some vibes, we need some help. And I told David before the plays, before we even got the ball back, I said, we're going to win this game. Mm-hmm. I said, our boys has got this. I said, I know they do. Man, I get chill bumps again.
We got the ball with 46 seconds left to start this whole drive.
Let me tell this one, though. Yeah. To talk about Jericho, right, Jericho set up a first down to get that play to even come back. We were fourth and about 8. And Jericho got the ball and took off on the left-hand side and barely squeezed the first down in. Once he got that next play, and if anybody hasn't watched this game, go watch it.
Yeah.
From front to the back. But the back play that David and I, we got in unison somehow or another. I don't know how in the world that happened, but we got in unison in the last play of touchdown, run, go, touchdown. And then a minute later, you see David and I just hollering, screaming touchdown. Man, it was exciting.
And the cool thing I saw about it is Appleton County travels well when it comes to football games.
Oh, man.
Appleton County traveled well to this football game.
We had fans standing along the
They were
fence in
everywhere.
the stands. They were everywhere in the rain.
And so, like we've already said, congratulations, young men, players, coaches, parents. Fantastic season. You represented Appleton County well, and every single person in this county is proud of you. That was just awesome to be a part of that.
Congratulations.
We're not going to waste any time. Let's go ahead and bring in our first guest. Do you think that's a good idea so
that's
far?
awesome.
I think it's an awesome idea.
I've been ready for this person.
Our special guest today is the brand new Lady Pirate head basketball coach, Coach Latita Coleman. And it is so good to have you on the show with us today, Coach. And just for people who don't know already, you've been here a little while. Tell us about who Coach Latita Coleman is.
Well, I am a ball player at heart. I love the game. I'm very familiar with the game. I'm very passionate in anything I do. I'm a hard worker. And I'm just ecstatic to be here and honored to have the privilege to be able to coach a great group of girls.
Oh, yeah. I know we have a couple of questions. We're rapid fire here, all right? So, so keep you on your toes. But, David, I know you had a question you want to ask.
My question for you is, what brought you to Appleton County, or who brought you to Appleton County?
Well, like they say, I know a friend who know a friend. But
I know a guy.
Know somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody.
Exactly. Right? And it really was a quick process. I interviewed, and on a Monday night, I actually was hired. So it was what I call my blessing. It was meant for me to be here.
Amen. Glad to have you here, too.
Good deal.
I know one of those young ladies that was in on that deal, and we absolutely love that young girl to death. She's an awesome young lady. Well, with all that being said, I have a question. And I talk with my hands if you hadn't figured that out yet. What is your vision or goals for our Lady Pirates basketball program since you've got here? What is your goals?
Well, we're going to just take it one game at a time. Because we started off a little trying to, they want to learn me. I had to learn them. And, we had to get on the same page. But my goal is to whatever, we don't get this year, we're most definitely getting next year. Because I'm a very intentional person. I have a plan. Even like the games, we fell a few points short. I'm already, roughing out those smooth ends. So most definitely, we put our best foot forward from here on out.
Well, there's been no blowouts, at all. I mean, the girls have played awesome.
Close.
The connection has to be with you too. Mm-hmm. And I know, when the coaching and the girls get connected to you more and more as they learn you, I think that'll bring more. But you just said something that I really love to hear. I can see you're competitive. You said we may not do it this year, but you never know.
And at the end of the day, I am a realistic person. I never came in saying, hey, we're going to win state. No, but our personal goal is to be region champs, and I'm standing on that. Okay. I'm going to push my girls. I'm fair, I'm firm, I'm consistent, and they know that, and they know I'm going to give them their all, and all I ask for them to do the same for me.
Amen. That's what we like to hear right there. We want to see them Lady Pirates win. We don't like them males no better than anybody else does as Pirate fans.
Well, what it sounds like is you're wanting to make, and it takes time. Mm-hmm. You come in, you're new, you don't know them, they don't know you, they don't know your style, things like that, and you're the one that's in charge of this thing. And so you're trying to make a culture change. Exactly. You're trying to change the attitude. You're trying to change the mindset. Yes. You're trying to change the work ethic. Here's what I expect. If we're going to get here, this is what we've got to do.
Absolutely.
And so I will say, as you mentioned it, so far, and I'll say it's a great showing so far, especially by our ladies.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And even with our guys, there's been a couple of games, we'll get to it in a minute. It's 1 point. It's 2 points. It's 3 points. And we've been competitive in those games. There's a couple of small margin losses, 2 and 4 points. But this past Saturday, we traveled to Claxton, and we beat Claxton 46-30. And so I want to take that game real quick and just maybe ask it this way: What do you like about our girls? And if you could say, hey, I see 1, I see 2, who's somebody that you may say, hey, they're kind of stepping up and saying, follow me. I'm buying into what you're saying. Follow me. I'll lead the team. Is that kind of standing out? And what do you like so far about our girls?
Well, what I like most definitely is they work collectively, and I can praise one without the other one getting jealous or envious. So it's across the board. They know that, hey, if my point guard is doing good, I'm a shooting guard, I know I can do just as well. So it's coming together very well for us.
Perfect. I love it.
Oh, good deal. And with that being said, you know, and watching the games, I've seen you on the sidelines and stuff, and I can see the passion. But I can also see when you're coaching these girls, the way they look at you, they're picking up what you're putting down, so to speak. With that being said, what do you tell these Pirate fans, or what do you want to tell them to get them excited about these Lady Pirates, just like we've gotten excited about them just by seeing it? So what do you want to tell these Pirate fans that may be listening and stuff? What to get them excited?
I ask y'all, please just come support us. We have a different mindset. We've been putting in work 6 o'clock mornings, 7 o'clock afternoons. Like, we just really want to put in all the hard work and let it be seen. And we just need your support. We really do.
Without these Pirate fans, you know, sports don't go anywhere.
Well, they feed off of it. You know, they do.
It makes a difference. It makes a big difference.
Yeah. We're the sixth man on that team. I mean, and you know, if you go into baseball or any other sport, you're that extra man in Appleton County if you're there. Coach Coleman, I had the opportunity to go introduce myself to you before the basketball game, and it was a pleasure. I love your stature. I love the way you present yourself. Very elegant lady, I want to say that. Very well spoken. But you are now in Appleton County. Now you're a Pirate. And I have this thing I always say, I'm a Pirate for life. So once you're here, you're going to always have that stature, or you're going to be a Pirate for life. What do you like so far about Appleton County and the community? What do you see that you like?
I love that it's small, because I'm from Ellerville, Georgia, and it's one traffic light, you know, so everybody knows someone.
You blink, you'll miss the caution light, right?
But I do love that, and I just love how everybody comes together, and we're big on sports, but most importantly, we're big on academics here, and that's, you know, we got to put our best foot forward as far as just helping these kids to succeed and graduate.
And what I want to say is this right here. We've heard it from Dr. Horner. We'll hear from him later on in the show with our captain's log. But one thing that he has really said is, with all of our, and I love this, and I heard it from you just then, academically first, we want to set the standard.
Right.
You know? Then we can fall over into our other sports and extracurriculars
We call them
things.
student athletes for a reason.
They're student athletes. They're not athletes. They're also students.
That's right.
Mm-hmm. And you made that point, and we're setting a standard now. And I can tell you from looking at the games and seeing the girls compete, doesn't matter what the score is, doesn't matter how it's turned out so far, they're in it every single second till there's no time left on that clock. And that's what I love to see, because you know you played. Mm-hmm. There's only 10 seconds left. A lot can happen in 10 seconds. You know, and so that's why I like you setting that standard and changing the culture.
And it comes back to this too. You played collegiate basketball. Yes, sir. It takes it in the classroom first. And without being in that classroom and making those grades, there's nobody going to want you if you've got failing grades. It's just not going to happen.
Yeah. Right.
So you set a standard, you got to start academically, and then they already know if you're athletic and you're going to help them get to that next level. That's all we want to see is these young athletes, you know, today, and we'll have one with us today that's doing the same thing, that's getting to further his, you know, athletic career through college, you know. So that's our goal. Mm-hmm. That's what we want as supporters of Latita Coleman. We want to help you get those girls to that next level. Mm-hmm. This is some of what we do, you know, for our community and our kids, and this is what we love about it. But I absolutely adore having you here, and anything we can do. If you ever want to come back on the show with us, you ever want to come join us over and broadcast with us, I need all the help I can get. David kind of doesn't do a good job at anything, so I could use your help at basketball.
This is all the time, isn't it?
But honestly, I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for being here.
And I know this question is not on here. We thank you for being here. Mm-hmm. We're hoping for a successful season, and I think you'll say go Pirates with anybody right now. Like, let's do this. But if you had one thing that you could say, because you got the community's attention right now. They're going to go back and watch it. They're going to see it. It's being shared. I know you say, hey, I'm on TV right now. You're doing a better job than they did their first time, okay? I'm going to go ahead and give you that, all right? He's got a face for radio. I've already told him that. But you have the community's attention from their brand new girls basketball coach, what is one thing that you would love to say to the community right now for your team?
Just please come out and support us. I can't go without saying thank you. I owe some thank yous. And I most definitely want to thank my parents. They're awesome. They trust me to instill in their children and make them the best players they can. So I most definitely got to give a shout out to my parents. So we're here. I'm telling you, the wins are coming.
All right, that's what.
You got to trust the process.
That's what we trust the process. The
That's
process
right.
has started.
Amen.
We thank you for being here with us today. Thank you for coming to Appleton County, and we're hoping for a successful season, not just this year, but in the years to come to build on. So thank you for being here with us today.
No problem. Thank you for having me.
All right. Well, hey guys, that was awesome. We got to hear from Coach Coleman, the new basketball coach at Appleton County High School for Our Lady Pirates, and now one season that has ended in Appleton County, but is slowly after this next week, it's over for the Georgia High School Association is high school football, and so we had like I said, 2 weeks off from our broadcast, but a lot of stuff happened over those 2 weeks with football and things like that.
That's right. We're going to catch everybody up real quick. The last show we had, we hadn't even played yet. We were fixing to go to Cook County. We lost heartbreaker 24-14 in the playoffs. But and several teams had been eliminated. But I want to talk about another team that did something that was unreal, and that was Camden County. They went to Mill Creek, the number one team in 7A, and had been in a lot of polls, and come home with a 39-20 victory and shocked everyone around Georgia, including myself. And I would like to give a shout out to two coaches that used to be here, and that's John Lindsay and Daniel Mock, who are on the staff over there with Jeff Herron. An excellent job they've done in there.
Coach Marks, too.
Yep, and Coach Marks. I forgot about it. In 5A, Coffee County took on Cass and defeated them by a score of 30-0. And then I go back down to 2A. Fitzgerald, the next week, took on Callaway and beat them 17-14 at Callaway. Fitzgerald played Fellowship Christian, beat them 49-17. Toombs took on Rockmart, lost to Heartbreaker 45-21, and Cook took on Columbia and lost 23-20. David, now we go to the next step.
Now we went into the next weekend, and that's where 2A Fitzgerald traveled to Pierce County, which is always a hard place to play at.
Oh yeah.
Oh man,
In the Bear Pit or whatever they call over there. And Pierce defeated Fitzgerald 35-7, which kind of was a surprise to me that it was that high of a score, but Pierce County's got a good club. Cook County had to travel to Rockmart, and Rockmart won that in 34-24. Rockmart is a very strong team. I've got to watch them televised and stuff. Then we get into 3A. You got Calvary Day. They traveled to Cedar Grove, and of course Cedar Grove come away with that win, 49-42, a very close game.
Man.
Then Savannah
was close.
And Savannah Christian won against Carver of Columbus, 51-26.
And go back to that Cedar Grove game.
Yeah.
You were a score away from having a Savannah state championship. Pretty much. You were a score away. Savannah Christian and Calvary Day playing for it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It was this close, and people were hoping for it. But I mean, they came up just a little bit short. But coming up 7 short to Cedar Grove.
Cedar Grove is always.
Hang your hat on that.
Yeah, and
True, definitely.
especially if you go to Cedar Grove, that's a tough place to play.
And then I think Coffee County just kept steamrolling, right?
Yeah, 5A, Coffee County, they traveled to Cartersville, and of course Coffee County, who is extremely strong this year.
Yeah.
They won 33-18, and then we get into 7A, and we talked about that a while ago. We talked about Camden County. They traveled to Walton in Marietta, where they lost 41-25. But I can say, still proud of all these folks, these teams in this area and stuff like that, the wins and the losses.
Oh yeah, and listen, there's a little bit of football left to be played. It's different this year. We're used to, like today and tomorrow, we were used to kind of watching a few state championship games take place on TV, but that don't happen right now. They've moved to the Mercedes-Benz Stadium this year, where the Falcons play. Yeah. And all you Atlanta United fans, where they play. And the state championship games are actually being played on, I believe, it's Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Yep. So you have a couple of games each day. They're going to be played. And I'm just going to go through these real quick, okay? I'm going to call out the name. We won't spend too much time on them because we've got a person that just cannot wait to start answering some questions for us that is fixing to get interviewed in just a second. Yes. But I'm going to give you the game. You just kind of say, hey, this one, this is why, kind of deal,
pick.
whatever. Yeah, you just give me your thoughts on your pick real quick. Let's start with the big boys, okay? Let's start at the very top, 7A, okay? There's no more letters you can add to that one. That's as big as it goes, all right? 7A, we have Walton and Milton. That's going to be an absolute slugfest if you ask
My
me.
pick on that, and I'm leaning towards Walton, but I think I'm going to pick Milton on that.
Okay.
I can't agree with anything he does.
We need to keep up with this so that we can see who gets what. All right, so.
I actually have highlighted mine.
I got mine highlighted.
I'm actually picking Walton. They're 14-0. Milton's 11-2, and Walton is a very strong team. I'm gonna go ahead and
Very
tell you,
sound.
Very sound.
Very sound. All right, so let's drop down one now. We're in 6A, Woodard Academy, Thomas County Central.
I went with
TCC.
Thomas County Central.
God, I have to agree with him on one. I'm actually going with Thomas County Central, but I've seen these young men in person, and they have come a long way in the last 3 years. They've even come in scrimmage Applin a few times a couple of years ago. Very strong team. I believe that's going to be a TCC win.
All right, let's go down to our neighbors that we're pulling for, okay? Our neighbors we're pulling for, Coffee County and Creekside in 5A.
Well, I'm going with the Trojans, Coffee County. I mean, they're strong.
Are you going to agree with him on this one again too, Chris?
I believe the Lord's coming, but I got to say this. I'm a South Georgia guy, a true heart. I'm always going to try and go for my South Georgia guys, but I got some friends over in Coffee County all the way.
All the way. All the way. All right, we're going down to 4A now. You have State Fair area, Perry, and Stockbridge.
Well,
in the
you know, I was leaning. I was actually highlighted Stockbridge, but I saw Chris did, so I'm gonna go with Perry.
You thought he highlighted? He's just coloring over here.
I was coloring.
Oh, you had the crayons out. Okay.
I had your crayons.
Oh, okay.
So Stockbridge and Perry, you take.
I say Perry.
You say Perry.
I'm going Stockbridge because these young men have beat some very talented teams through the playoffs, and I believe that these young men are going to bring home a state championship.
All right, now we've got Cedar Grove and Savannah Christian for 3A. Who are we taking on this one, guys?
I'm going with the boys in the South. We're going with Savannah Christian.
I'm like our coach Coleman. I'm a realist. I'm sorry nobody's going to beat Cedar Grove.
And if I'm not mistaken, was Calvary Day the 1 seed from that region, and Savannah Christian's the 2 seed, right?
That's right.
Okay.
I want Savannah Christian to win. I will say that. I do want them to win, but I'm being a realist. Cedar Grove.
Cedar Grove on that one, okay? Let's skip real quick.
Yeah.
We'll skip one. We'll go down to single A. Prince Avenue Christian. You were talking about Prince Avenue Christian College University. These guys played against Swainsboro Tigers.
No, let me explain this to you guys.
I know we say that because they are just year in and year out. You know they're going to be there.
Oh yeah,
We had the
they're
opportunity
great.
in 2012 to go play North Oconee, and me and another young man went to North Oconee. We had to go by Prince Avenue, and their stadium is unreal.
Yeah.
And it's near Athens, and but these guys year in and year out are producing great talent and great teams.
A great program up there.
You know, great program. I want Swainsboro. I want you guys to take it and bring it home. I do. But again, I'm being a realist. I'm going with Prince Avenue Christian.
All right.
Well, I'm not going to agree with you. I'm going to go for the upset with Swainsboro.
I hope so. I really do.
That's why you play the game, right?
That's it. We're going for the upset. We're going.
That's why you play the game.
Go in and I mean they're going to throw everything at them.
Yeah.
The kitchen sink, and they're going to come away with a win.
All right, now, a team that has been consistent all year long, we drop down to the lower single A division here in Division 2, Bowden and Manchester. We're going to take on that one.
Well, I'm going with, I was thinking Manchester. I was thinking of Gas. I thought it was in England, but I'm going to go with Manchester.
I'm going with Bowden.
Hope Gas is listening.
They're going against you. Yeah, you hope guys is listening. Yeah. All right, now in 2A, our classification, the one of the co-region champions, Pierce County, in there with us and Toombs County.
That's right.
Pierce County versus Rockmart. And I'm gonna go ahead and say this: I was very shocked when I watched the recap of the Rockmart game when they played Toombs County, and some with Cook County, because they love to throw the football. So you know what I'm saying? They can do it.
They can.
And then they can put up points quick. And so Pierce County, Rockmart. We've played Pierce County, great. I mean, just go ahead and give credit where credit's due.
Yeah.
Great program, great ball club over there. I think they're playing on Tuesday. So what you got on that?
Well, I did the same thing. I watched Rockmart, and they're so impressive. They're so fast. They're big. They're fast. They've got so many weapons. I'm going with Rockmart. Pierce County, they're a good ball club and all, but I think that they're going to get a little overwhelmed by Rockmart.
Well, for once, I'm actually going to go against you again.
for once for this round, because you've done it about 3 or 4 times.
Against me, no matter what.
But this is not because of that. This to me is about what I've seen out of Pierce County.
Yes.
You said it before. They do have an outstanding coaching staff over there, and they've got some great players over there. Made some great friends from over there, and I'm going to stick true to the South on this one because I know they won in 2020, and I think, and I almost have a 99% chance of saying that I think Pierce is going to bring home another one. If it's not us, I want to go for our region. I would be for Toombs if they were in it.
Yeah.
I would be for anybody else. Bring it home, Pierce, because if you look good, it makes all the rest of us look good.
Well,
it makes that game that we played against them, and we did come away with the win. It was a tough win. It could have went either way, 17-14. Makes us look that even stronger.
Well, and you're right. And I started to go with Pierce, but I watched Rockmart and I was looking at the weapons because now Pierce County's got weapons. That quarterback they got is really, really good. They got some running backs. They got the Sloan kid that's real good. They do, but I really think Rockmart's offense is going to overwhelm that defense a little
You didn't make no fans in Pierce, remember that.
I never have.
Hey, congratulations to all
yes.
the folks that have made it.
Yep.
Play hard, give it to y'all. And I say to all the South Georgia teams, bring home them championships. I'd rather be here.
We're
down
pulling
south.
for you. That's right.
Amen.
We're pulling for you to
all of
South. So, but Chris, we'll transition just a little bit just to talk to Coach Coleman about basketball. And basketball did some traveling this past Saturday. We talked about Claxton. The girls won 46-30. Boys lost a close one, right?
34-35, and I would tell you the same way. Our boys are just a click away from getting there. You had to make the transition from football to basketball. We did go kind of deep into playoffs, and those kids have to get acclimated in and get their basketball legs in. So, very proud of those young men. We still have not got into region play yet. That's where it counts. That's where it matters, whether you're going to get into playoffs or not. I always say you keep on fighting Pirates and keep giving it your all.
So they won, like I said, and then we got Charlton County tomorrow night. They're in Folkestone. And then we got
Saturday,
we have Turner County in Turner County.
Turner.
So if you
both
can,
won.
hey, make the trip down there. Support them. It means so much to turn around and see your people.
Show your
in
new
the
coaches
stands.
how much you like to travel and how much you support your Pirates.
Yes.
I truly believe that that's something that needs to happen. Appleton County's always traveled well. Anybody can tell you that around this state, if they've ever played us, they know we're going to show up in Groves.
You're going to show up. And
And I'll tell you one thing, come to the basketball games because it's even worth it just with the cheerleading squads on each end battling. I mean, there's a battle there. We got stuff falling off of tables and everything. The stomping's going
Cole can tell you all about that.
Yeah, they have a good time. So, hey, come out, support them. We're going to now take a quick moment for our captain's log. Get a chance to hear every week to hear from Dr. Ben Horner, the principal at Appleton County High School. And so we're going to go ahead and roll that beautiful bean footage for this week's edition of the captain's log with Dr. Ben Horner.
Hey guys, Dr. Horner here. Just sort of welcome y'all to Skulls and Slices and another edition of Appleton County Pirate Athletics. We got a couple big basketball games this weekend. The boys and girls travel to Charlton tomorrow night. The JV boys will be playing tomorrow night as well. And then we got Turner County just varsity games on Saturday. We also have a big wrestling match in Vidalia this weekend. So I think it's a Friday-Saturday deal. The swim team was supposed to go to Waycross, but I think they're rescheduling that to a Lee County event. So kind of keep that in mind as we keep moving forward. But we got a lot of great things, going on. We hosted our first wrestling meet this week against Brunswick. Brunswick's got some really good wrestlers on their team. As far as some other things go, we got a lot of kids from the fall that are making all region teams and all state teams. So we're excited to announce some of those in the near future. You probably noticed on some of our Facebook pages, Coach Lindsey Tillman was named state coach of the year for 2A, and Presley was named 2A player of the year. So we're super excited for both of them. They led us to a state championship in softball. So kudos to them. We're looking forward to our kids getting out there and competing real hard over the next few weeks. Our chorus and band got some stuff coming up, so make sure you get out and support those guys as well. And if you need anything from us, give us a call up here at the school. We're always here to help and do anything we can to help y'all. Have a great day, guys, and go Pirates.
It's always great to hear from Dr. Ben Horner, the principal at Appling County High School. And our next guest knows a whole lot about Dr. Horner and his first year so far of leading Appling County High School as principal. And joining me now is a member of the Appling County High School baseball team, guys. It is upcoming senior this year. It's Colin E. Walson. So, Colin, it's so good to have you with us on the show. Don't know if you've ever been to Village Pizza before, but this is Village Pizza. For those of you who don't get it, just keep watching the show and you'll get it eventually while we said that. But Colin, it's good to have you here, have you with us on the show. We're going to ask you some extremely tough questions, all right? And so we're actually going to be very, very easy, I hope. So anyways, I'm going to jump right into it. A bunch of people don't know, last week, you were a part of something that took place at Appling County High School. They had a signing day, and you and your family were there. You were part of it. And why don't you, for the people who are watching, why don't you go ahead and let the folks know that are watching where you have signed and chosen to play at the next level to play college baseball?
Yes, sir. Well, I've signed to play baseball at University of South Carolina, Aiken.
So he's going to University, and then they are the Pacers.
Yes,
is that right? Okay. And that's really just across the border, right?
David, that's in Aiken, South Carolina.
That's okay. I got you now. Okay,
Yeah.
just making sure.
A little side note, though, I did
Yeah.
some research on this, so I've got some little knowledge. They are one of the top programs in double
Yes, sir.
and Division II, right?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So that's some cool stuff. I got
Going to a winner. Going to
Yes,
a proven winner. So you're going to play at South Carolina Aiken. I think David, you had something you were going to ask him when it comes to the whole, I guess, the recruiting process and the visits.
Yes,
and things
during the
took place.
recruiting process, because I know there was several schools that you were after and all that, and all
Yes,
the visits, the stuff and the recruiting stuff, and you got to see a lot of different things. What exactly made you choose USC Aiken?
It was just the coaches. I mean, as soon as they offered me on the phone, I mean, I just knew that it's kind of like there was something different about them than all the other coaches. Like, I've known them for, 3-4 months now, and they feel like family, and I ain't even up there yet. So that was the biggest part for me.
You just know you got that feel.
Yeah, they got to go fit.
Yeah.
If you know, you know.
That's it.
Yeah. Well, good deal.
We actually played Aiken, South Carolina in football.
Yes, sir.
So, they had a long travel. We made that trip, and it's not a short trip either.
About 2.5 hours.
2.5, I was going to say 2.5, 3 hours.
Yeah.
Depends
Yes,
on
sir.
who's driving. If Cole's driving, it's an hour and a half. If it's me driving, it's 3 hours. I do know that.
Driving Miss Daisy
It's
over here.
30 minutes.
Yes, if it's Jamie, 30 minutes. Colin, man, super proud for you, brother. This, that's a huge deal, and that's what we love to see out of our, our Pirates is have a future in a sport that they love to play. But I got a good question. What position will you be playing, and what has you most excited about playing at the next level?
Well, the position, I'm obviously going to pitch, and then as of right now, I think I'm going to play the field too. I'm not real sure if I'm going to play infield or outfield. I'm leaning more towards outfield. That's just what I've always liked, but in high school I play infield. But as of right now, I think I'm going to go 2-way.
That's crazy.
Yes, sir.
So you're going to pitch and play.
Yeah, I'm going to try to. I mean, it's going to be a lot, but it's going to be everything I love to do. I go from throwing to hitting to fielding.
I haven't been able to give a nickname to any of the players, and so here's his nickname. All right? He's pitching. He's playing the field. This is Colin Otani E. Watson. Right here, okay? Colin Otani E. Watson.
There you
all right?
go. I like it.
We'll call him. He's OJ. Otani Jr. He's OJ.
That's it.
There he is. Otani Jr. right there. He's playing for us. So OJ, what's one thing we transitioned? We asked this a lot. We asked Byron. He was on the show with us a couple weeks ago. What's one thing you had the attention of some young people? We saw a video clip of 8U winning the state championship. Okay.
Yes, sir.
You're now getting the opportunity to do what 90% of high school athletes don't get to do, and that's play at the next level. And so, what would you say? What's one thing you tell a young person in rec ball or middle school that is looking to I want to play at the next level, what would you tell that kid?
I would just say to work hard and be the best version of you possible. I mean, you play baseball for 4 or 5 months out of the year, not including summer ball and all that, but it's really like a 12-month process. I mean, in the gym, in the cages, different like arm workouts and stuff like that. It just, what is it?
Grades.
Oh, yeah, great.
Yeah, he's doing something with his pen. I was kind of confused there.
That's a big one. I mean, you got to be, if you're not exceeding in the classroom, you're not going to be able to exceed on the field.
Amen.
Especially at the next level. I mean, it's a whole other. I've got a bad habit of procrastinating, not studying. But I mean, here senior year, I had to study more, and in college, I'm just going to study even more.
You got to be your own boss, and it's like an old saying I heard. Hey, the guy told a college quarterback one time. He says, "Look, if you don't pass in the classroom, you can't pass on the football
That's
field."
it. Yes,
Goes
sir.
going to throw it out there to you.
My mom and
That's
daddy
the way.
used to. They said that there was one time in middle school, I think my grades dropped to like an 89, 88, something. And they was like, if you don't get this up, you're not playing in your rec ball game. And so, I mean, that had me freaked out. So I made sure I could do everything, all the extra points. And I just try not to get behind in my work. That's the big thing.
Well, they're showing you the importance of
Yes,
what
sir.
it takes to be that elite athlete in the next level. Because when you get to college, it's going to be different. It's not going to be high school.
Different
It's not
animal.
going to help you. You know, I think it's great. I think it's an awesome thing for you, Colin. You know, you also played football this
Yes, sir.
year. You know, I think you wanted to play and then you didn't, and then you got out there.
Yeah, I mean, I played my sophomore year, and then junior year I sat out and just played a lot of summer ball, and like I was in the weight room a lot more. But then the coaches taught me to play in my senior year, and I don't regret it at all. I mean, I was out there all summer. I still got to play summer ball, and throwing a football 150 times a day, every day. I mean, it's good for your shoulders, not stressing your elbow. I mean, I think it's definitely going to make my baseball way better this year.
You know, that's something that you said, Byron. And, you know, Byron told us. We asked him all the sports you played. What did you play them for? And he gave us, you know, a lesson on which one he played and why he played it, and what it did to help him get. And he loved baseball.
Yes, sir.
You know, he knew that was his sport, but he played all the other ones to make himself better at that sport. You know, and Byron was one of the few five-tool stars to come straight out of high school in the nation. You know, but it takes hard work.
That's it.
So,
Yeah, and I know you were talking about, hey, you know, the year's moving along, you know, and baseball's going to be here in just a minute, right? And so
Oh, yeah.
that was what was leading up to your next question.
That
I think,
is. With that being said, I want to go back to what you said a while ago, and talking about the grades and all, and kids need to understand that it's a lot easier to maintain grades than it is to catch up grades.
That's it.
Yeah.
So get them up there where you need to be. My thing is, you know, you're starting your senior baseball season here in less than 2 months, right? What has you most excited about this year's Pirate baseball team?
Well, I mean, you said it for yourself. It's my senior year.
Yeah.
It's the last one. You got to make it count. So, I mean, I feel like it's just crazy how fast everything's flown by. So I'm really like telling myself to enjoy every moment of it, because I feel like I started school last week, and
Yeah.
we got like 4 or 5 more days of this semester, and then it's here.
yeah.
That's right.
Well, wait until you get David's age, and he's like 89 now. And can you tell?
I keep gaining 10 years every time he talks to me. I don't know what.
Yeah, you was just like 70 earlier.
I know,
just
right?
like you
I
said,
thought
David, 99 approaching 100, you know. But it does fly by.
It does.
And I think one thing I've heard is, hey, if you could go back, you probably say, I think I could work a little harder here.
Yes.
I think I could do a little bit more
And
here.
that's
You're not
another-
going to take that, you know, for granted when it comes your senior season, you know.
Yes, sir. That's another thing I would tell the young kids is like to have no regrets. Like you don't want to look back in 30 years and say, I wish I would have done this, and I wish I
Absolutely.
wouldn't have done this. Like just give it everything you've got.
Yeah.
I agree with that, and that's kind of the encouragement I give David. Keep on trying. You might make it to second-rate broadcaster, but he ain't got there yet.
Still stuck on the 53-yard line.
Yeah, still stuck on the 53-yard line.
I'm going to get Coach Latita back in here to kick you out of the ball game.
What does it mean to you as a high school athlete to look up into the stands and see them stands filled up with members of the community cheering you on and your team? What does that mean to you?
I mean, there's nothing like being on the field and looking up and seeing the stands full and everybody screaming, especially as an athlete. Like, you love to have people behind you cheering for you, hearing your family, your friends in the stands with their shirt off, swinging them around, just cheering for you. I mean, there's nothing big.
No, David.
That's Chris at the
David, no.
That's Chris at the
You will
buffet
get
line.
kicked
We got
out. All right? You will get kicked out of the ballgame. That broadcast will end right there. But there is nothing like it.
Yes, there is.
Getting that community behind you, and I always say with football, the 12th man, they can change a ball game real
can.
quick.
They
you know, we've seen it happen, and I'm going to tell you, there weren't yes or no questions. You did a fantastic job, so don't worry about that.
Thank you.
But we want to say this to you: hey, best of luck this year, and in this season as a Pirate baseball player. Enjoy it.
Yes,
It's
sir.
your senior season. We're behind you 100%. This community is behind you 100%. And I'll go ahead and tell you, Appleton County is proud of you. We're going to be pulling for you at the next level. And go Pacers.
Yeah, go Pacers.
Hey, go Pirates and go Pacers. We'll say that, right?
I'm going to give a quick shout out. I don't do social media a whole lot, but I did see this, and I know your coach, your head coach, him and his wife just had a baby
Yes,
girl.
sir.
Congratulations to them.
Yes.
So I do want to make sure I say that to Coach
Congratulations
Zach and his
to
wife.
Zach
Congratulations
and Aaron,
to
yep.
a beautiful baby girl and a healthy one. So we'll get that out of the way now.
Congratulations to them, and congratulations to you on signing that.
Amen.
And hey, we're going to be pulling for you.
Yes, sir.
And just let us know where to pick up our tickets so we can come watch you, all right?
Okay, yes, sir.
So just all you got to do is let us know where
As long as he keeps his shirt on at the games.
Yeah, he won't get to come with if he
I
don't.
can show
yeah.
my table muscles.
That's right.
That's what he does at the table.
Forklifts all the time. Yes. All right. So, hey, we appreciate you joining us, man, and best of luck to you this season.
sir.
The
Thank you
Village
for
Pizza
having
has some good breadsticks and other things, so you should try them sometime. Okay. All right. But hey, glad to have Colin on here with us. Great young man. And I know he can still hear us, so we don't want to get his head too big, you know. But great young man. We're proud of him. Appleton County's pulling for him. And a young lady, actually from Appleton County, when the girl, say comparative sport with softball to baseball, Presley Harrison, she was just named, guys. She was just named Player of the Year by the Georgia Dugout Club and J.C. Underwood of Jeff Davis as well with that. So congratulations to her, two
Yes.
outstanding young ladies
Yes,
that are fantastic athletes, both going to be playing at the next level. And then also the Coach of the Year award went to our very own Lindsey Tillman that we had on a few weeks ago after the state championship.
Don't know
And then, do what?
Don't know her.
Don't know, yeah. And then Stephen Wilcox of Jeff Davis.
Davis.
And so it's kind of neat. The Player of the Year, Appleton County, runner-up, right there with Jeff Davis, and then Coach of the Year in Appleton County, runner-up. And it shows you that, hey, softball in the South, sports in the South, it's not just a northern thing. It's here.
We're 15 miles away.
We want to go ahead and tell you, hey, look, we're like we said, 15 miles away, but both awards are given to these neighboring schools, and what an accomplishment. So congratulations to Presley and JC. Congratulations to Coach Tillman and to Coach Stephen Wilcox of the Jeff Davis Lady Yellow Jackets. So congratulations to them on two great seasons.
Amen.
Two great
Amen.
seasons.
Great seasons.
And then one season brand new season, but it's already underway, and they are just
I've been keeping note.
like fish. They're in the water all the time doing the beach, right?
We went from pirates to mermaids, and I don't know what you call them, male fish. What do you call that?
Male fish?
Yeah,
Male fish.
some male fish.
I don't usually ask what kind of fish are. I'm not
Swimming
sure.
pirates. That's what we'll call them.
Swimming pirates?
Swimming pirates.
right.
I've been keeping in touch with Coach Stormy Alexander a good bit. Look forward to having her on very soon.
Yeah, hopefully.
But she's been keeping me updated with what's going on with the swim team. And they swam in a Ware County meet on 11/29. The boys swam 12th out of 15 teams. The girl swam 5th out of 15 teams. Most everyone cut 1 to 4 seconds on the events that they swam in. They went to coffee on 12/2. The boys swam 6 out of 10 teams. The girl was 7th out of 10 teams. They continue to shave time, and currently they have 3 swimmers within 1 to 6 seconds of swimming and qualifying time for the state swim meet.
Wow.
In February.
Wow.
Now here's the key. A lot of teams at these invitational meets that they're going to are 6A and 7A schools are already established in swimming. And these young men and women we're super proud of you guys and girls. Keep it up. They swim again this Saturday on the 9th in Ware County. It starts at 10 o'clock at the Waycross YMCA. Pirate fans, again, here's you something else to go travel and show out for these kids. And then on 12/14, I think they just canceled that meet for them. So we may have a special guest on the 14th. We'll be back
We'll
14th,
see.
hopefully with the Skull and Slices show. And we're going to have Miss Stormy Alexander to join us. We hope. So we're looking forward
They're
to
not
that.
holding back. This is their first year. They're like, hey, 6A, 7A, hey, let's do it. Let's go. You know what I'm saying? They're jumping in with the big boys.
Man,
That's right.
it's an awesome time.
That's awesome. So, David, I know there's a couple other things that are happening.
Yeah, speaking of fish,
That's right.
You know, I mean,
Speaking of fish.
we'll go right into bass fishing. It's coming up soon, folks. Bass fishing is a big thing. You think, well, that's what can be the bass fishing? They're out there, you know, catching fish. They're doing this in cold weather, rainy weather, whatever. There's guys, there's girls, and it's very, very competitive. You go to these lakes and stuff and pre-fish, and you prepare and do all the things you need to do, and got great boat captains that go with them.
And you know,
And
I'd have been great at either one of those, swimming or bass fishing. I'd have been a good catch, and I'd have made a great swimmer.
you'd have definitely weighed in a good.
Well
bit,
swim
so.
very.
And also with that, also coming up is soccer. This is Chris's favorite sport to commentate.
I absolutely love it.
And even though we don't know anything about it,
I'm
thank
learning.
goodness for Gaz Harnett.
Yes.
You know.
Yes.
And now this past Tuesday night we had wrestling. We took on the Brunswick Pirates. Pirates against Pirates. Brunswick come down here with a pretty good wrestling squad and very competitive and stuff. And if you have not been to a wrestling match, you see some highlights there. I highly recommend that you come to these. You'll love it. These athletes, a lot of them play different sports also, but they wrestle and stuff. This is very competitive, and it is really something to see.
David, you had a special caller with you that night, Tuesday night.
I did. Tate Marsh was there. Tate actually wrestles for Bruton Parker.
That's right.
He was a pirate wrestler. He's now at Bruton Parker over there, and it was great to have him there because he knows a lot more about what's going on as far as the technical aspects of it than we do.
He knows the sport better than you do.
He really does, and it was an honor to have him there, and he done a fine job.
He did
no
an
doubt.
excellent job. We invited him back to come help us again the next meet. We hope to have soon. We'll find out that date and time. We'll get that for you. But David, I wanted to say this. When I got to the wrestling match, I had to come in late to help you out, where you could go take. You had to teach some Geritol
I had
classes.
to go teach CPR. Okay.
Geritol classes. Get it right. But when I come in, Edwin Burt was out wrestling, and that's the heavyweight guys. Let me tell you something, folks. If nothing else, if you don't make it to the gym, at least watch the broadcast. These kids put a lot of hard work in. They deserve every accolade that they get and every cheer they get. But come support these young men because they can use it for that extra energy. Because I'm gonna tell you, I'm proud of what I saw on that mat. You know, just in the short time that these young men have had to be on that mat.
It's great.
And one thing we just talked about, soccer's getting close too, to kind of rewind a little bit. Soccer's getting close, and every time I drive by the high school, it's either the guys or the girls are out there. They're already out there.
Oh, they're already working.
They're working, they're
hard.
conditioning, they're practicing already. And so, hey, I'm excited. Here it comes.
I'm ready.
I've learned a whole lot about soccer in the last 2 or 3 years than what I knew. And I didn't learn it from y'all. Okay? Every time Gaz is up there, it helps me tremendously.
Yes,
so I'll just go ahead and say that. Don't let it hurt your feelings.
No, I was
But
going to
yeah.
say, I resemble that remark.
Exactly. And so, hey,
Gaz is the man.
David, we were together the other day, and we were actually playing golf the other day, and we won, beat some young fellas. We're not
Yeah,
going
we did.
They didn't show
to
up.
be named later. They didn't show up. That's why we won.
Okay.
They were there. They didn't show up.
Yeah.
But anyways, we were there. Got a phone call, and got to speak to somebody. We want to just take a moment to let them know we're praying for them. Right?
Yes, it was great to hear his voice. If you don't know it, we have one of our school board members, Mark Green, who had an accident and was in the hospital in Savannah for some time. And we took a little golf trip, and we were in Waycross playing, and phone rang, and on the end was Mark. And it was good to hear him. He was still in the hospital. He was doing a little bit better. Man, it was great to hear him. We just paused what we were doing so we talked to him. And Mark is now at home. And he's recovering. He's still got a little bit to do and stuff because it was a pretty nasty fall that he took. But I want to ask everybody, to continue to keep Mark Green and his wife and his family in your prayers. Mark is recovering. I've known Mark for many, many years, good friend of mine. And he's hard-headed as all get out, and there ain't no doubt in my mind that he's going to have a full recovery. But y'all keep him in his prayers.
That's right.
We are praying for you.
Yeah.
And speedy recovery.
Yes, speedy recovery.
For you, Mark. We're all behind you and praying for you. And guys, we just want to say, hey, look, another show under our belt here. We love doing this. I think it's number 4 now, and so we love doing this. We hope you're enjoying it. We do want to ask one big favor of you, if you can. Go ahead, if you haven't already, click that share button on the bottom right-hand corner if you're on Facebook. But make sure you go to Skulls and Slices. You like our page, share our page. Send this to the kids. If we talk about a sport, send it to them. We talk about the coach, send it to them. Let them know we're getting them on here. And if you're coaching a sport, you're a part of one, and you would like to see somebody on here, let us know. We'd love to get them on the show with us. We want to highlight these young people in Appleton County because that's who it's about. These are your athletes. They're your students. They're your athletes. We want to highlight them, show you all their achievements, and celebrate them, and get behind them not just while they're here, but on in life, like we talked about with Colin earlier and the others that have gone on to play college ball and are going on to the next level, and hopefully even professionally have more that go on like that. But hey, we are so glad that you've tuned in today and you've joined us for Skulls and Slices, another episode of it. Got these goofballs here next to me that are just, like I said, Harry and Lloyd stunt doubles right here. I'm not so sure they weren't actually, that they were in the movie. And you know, Jim Carrey and all that, they were actually the stunt doubles for you, okay? So we got Dumb and Dumber right here. We love them. But somebody's got to. But anyways, hey, thanks for tuning in with us. I want to say special thanks to Village Pizza once again here in Baxley. They are a fantastic host, allowing us to be here and do this. So please come by and see them and visit them. To John Pauly Walton and Reed Lovett, thank you so much. And once again to the real bosses, Jenna Lovett and Leanne Walton, thank you again. Jamie Gardner and the Baxley News Banner. This has been another edition of Skulls and Slices. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next week.
Go Pirates.